Hey, what's up? Welcome. You're listening to TC the G Radio, Season 2, Episode 1. I am TC the G, broadcasting directly from Tijuana, Baja California. I am so happy to start a new season of the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are going to have a great time. The topic of conversation for this show: unsolicited advice. This topic of conversation came to mind because there was a situation that I went through recently with one of my friends. Um, I've known this friend for a very long time, and we were talking about my music. And so this friend, I was telling him about, oh, my music, you know, I sent him the link to my music, right? One of my new songs that I released. And I don't know why this person thought that I sent it to them so they can give me like some kind of advice or like because this friend just started right away, started telling me ways in which I needed to change my music. Like just straight out started telling me you need to do this, you need to slow down, like all these things. And I was just like, it kind of boggled my mind because the reason why I sent the message, the reason why I sent the music was to get some kind of like positive support, not to get like in a way, I guess you can say kind of like criticized or not because I needed help with anything, right? And the thing about unsolicited advice is that no one really asked for the advice. So it really caught me off guard. I was trying to approach the situation in the most polite way. Um, so he tried to tell me that I needed to slow down on my lyrics, right? Like I needed to slow down on my rapping. But to me, my music, my style is something that comes to me from my heart. So it's something that I'm just doing. You can say kind of just intuitively, not thought of. I don't think about it so hard. It's something that comes out from the inside, right? True art. This is what true art is. It's something that you're inspired and you do it. You don't think about it so much, you just do it. Of course, it has to sound good, right? It can't just be all trash and just trash. To me, it sounds good. I have people around that say it sounds good, people that give me honest feedback. I don't like, of course, I don't want to have people around who are just going to tell me it sounds good just because they want to inflate my ego or they want to kiss ass or something like that, et cetera, et cetera. I want true feedback. But if the music is good, I would also like to know, hey, I like this jam, I like this song, keep doing that. And that's what the majority of people tell me. Keep going, keep doing that. I get invited to shows, events and things like that. So there must be something, I'm doing something right, right? I'm going to be opening up for Sad Boy Loco this July 16. And I'm going to be there with my homeboy Islos as well. We're going to be kind of, right next to each other when we perform. So I trust my friends to tell me honest to give me honest feedback. And I know my friends around, they do. So this friend was being straight out negative, saying that, oh no, some people just tell you what you want to hear, kind of thing. They're just telling you out of sympathy, kind of thing, so you don't feel bad. And I was like, wow, this is like, that's crazy. Like, how can somebody really say that? Like, they're just telling you out of sympathy, like kind of like saying like you suck in a way. Like they're just telling you because they don't want to make you feel bad because you suck, right? And I was just quiet. I was like, well, it seems to work for me. A lot of people around me say it's good. And again, he went back, oh no, it's because they're just telling you out of sympathy. I was like, wow, like so much for support, right? Of course, I'm strong in who I am in my music. I'm a DJ as well, so I know what sounds good. I know good music when I hear it, right? So I know that my music sounds good. Maybe it's not like Celine Dion. That's not my style. Like that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for raw feeling and hip hop and just music overall, because I mix other genres in there. It's not just hip hop. Hip hop is just like the base. Um, but overall, it was just shocking that the person, my friend, said that he was trying to be helpful. But I told him I never asked for help though. Like I never asked for help, especially if it's gonna be like presented in a negative way, like, oh, they're just showing you sympathy. Like do you not hear yourself what you're saying? Like it makes me like wonder, like, do you not hear yourself? You're saying that people are only doing things out of sympathy, like I suck, maybe not saying it in those words, but indirectly saying that. So so we got in this argument, and we don't talk anymore pretty much at this point. He tried to switch it on me that I was not seeing his point of view, that he was being helpful and like blah blah blah. I was like, I didn't ask for help though, so you were not being helpful. You were just being, in a way, rude, and more than anything, disrespectful. Disrespectful because I should be able to make my decisions as a person, and my friends should be able to respect my decisions. If I ask you, what do you think of my song, or not in maybe, can you critique my song? That will be a different presentation of what I would like to hear from the person, right? Like the feedback that I want. When I sent the song, it was just to get support. Maybe I told them, maybe you're just not my audience, maybe it's just not your thing. My music is just not your thing. That's what it sounds like. Because to me, I like my music, other people like my music. Is the only one that's giving me any negative feedback is really you, like that friend. So it just sounds like you're just not my audience, and that's okay. That's cool. And I also told him, like, it's like he hit me up and he said, "Oh, why did you?" Because I also made a post on Facebook, right? But I didn't say his name or anything. I just made a general post so people don't approach me that way, with those kind of comments again, so they know where I stand when you say those things. Like, if you're gonna support me good. I don't need help. Like, I didn't ask for help. If as a friend, you should be able to respect your friends' decisions, whatever they are. You know, even if you don't feel like they're good decisions, if your friend wants to go that route, let your friend go that route. Maybe there's a lesson for them to learn. Maybe there's something that they still need to go through. Of course, always, you should always show your support. That's all you need to do, is show your friends your support. Show them that you're there for them, that you care. Cheer them on, even if you don't agree with the music, you don't agree with the choices. Just be happy for the person because they're happy. Like, I'm happy with my music, so why can't you be happy for my music, for me and my music? It's like a Debbie Downer kind of situation. So he tried to switch it on me that, oh, it's because you were being disrespectful by putting this on Facebook. I was like, yeah, but he's like, you were trying to call me out. I was like, first of all, if I wanted to call you out, I would have used your name. Like, trust me, I have the balls to do it. I'll put your name on the freaking post. Like, I will. If I wanted to, I would. I got the balls. But that wasn't the point. It was for me to illustrate a point to the people on Facebook that follow me, that these are the hardships that I go through sometimes as an artist, as a musician. There's people that want to oppose it, right? And I stay strong. Like I said, hey, this is my music. I stand strong. I am who I am, and I own it. I own what I do at all times. So it just kind of, it gave me a perspective on how the friendship really was. Like I said, a friend supports you regardless of what it is. And he kind of just, of course, not negative things, right? Like you want to kill yourself or things like that, right? This is not the extreme kind of situation. I'm talking about things of this sort, right? Like things that happen on everyday life. Um, so they should support you, like your goals, your hobbies, things like that. Those are things that they should support, whether they agree with it or not. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, they're not putting the money in. I am. So why does it bother them? Why does it bother you what I'm doing? If anything, you should. How about you speak about the positive things about the music? Maybe there's things that you don't like. I'm pretty sure there has to be something good that you like, even if it's not the music. Maybe I like that you're so driven. I like that you don't give up. You know what I'm saying? So the thing that kind of threw me off guard too, it was like I said, he was like, "Oh, you try to put me on blast," and I was like, first of all, oh, he said, "You're being disrespectful. You were being disrespectful by doing that." And I was like, if anything, first of all, you disrespected me by not respecting my choices and my decisions of what I want to do with my music. So, and this kind of behavior is kind of like toxic and like it's just toxic, like people that don't see the other side of the story. They only see their way, like selfish. I don't know, maybe they feel like they're right, or for some people it's hard to step out of their shoes and be, selfless, have empathy for others. Because I told them, hey, like, I don't think you're seeing what you did. You're only seeing what you feel like I did, without taking in consideration how I felt with your comment. So the person just seems like, and I had just started talking to that person honestly, and it was just like, I guess sometimes people just come into your life and you learn a new thing, and or they learn a new thing, and it's both people usually learn when something like this happens. I learned something, like I learned it gave me an opportunity to exercise who I am, and maybe he learned something. Hopefully he did, because like I said, me posting, making the post was not about him. It was about my hardships, my trials and tribulations. It wasn't really about him. If it was about him, I would have put his name on it. So I don't know. Maybe it can also stem down to a self-esteem issue. Maybe he doesn't believe in his stuff. So maybe he feels like people tell him things out of sympathy, like kind of like projecting themselves, and their mentality and what they think, which is cool. I mean, everybody can do what they want, say what they want, but at the same time, if it's towards me, or if it's hurtful towards me, or if it includes me, or if I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna respond if I feel like I should respond, or if I should say something. I'm not the type to just stay quiet and be like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah, well, okay, thank you, or I believe in my art that much and in myself that much. I have that much confidence that what people say doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me because I know who I am. So even if you feel like my music sucks or whatever, hey, it's just you're not my audience. That's all. You're not my audience. I'm not your artist. There's many people out here who do enjoy the music. So so this all comes down to the whole unsolicited advice thing. Like some people just feel like they have some kind of authority to tell you what to do with your life. And of course, people make mistakes. People make mistakes, and I tried to talk to my friend again, but he was still on the same page, still thinking that I disrespected him. And I was like, you know what? You're right. There's nothing to talk about. Just forget it. Do your thing. He told me to do my thing too. I was like, yeah, we just do our thing, and everybody's happy, right? But it just made me a little bit stronger as an artist, and it made me think about who's really there for me and who really shows support, and not to give up, to keep going, keep believing in myself, keep trusting the process, going with my, listening to my intuition, to my gut, doing things that make me happy, because what I do makes me happy. And he said, another thing that he said too was that my music sounds offbeat. I was like, it sounds offbeat. That's crazy. It kind of sounds like that. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. After he said that, it kind of made me curious, right? So I started doing my research. So this guy came up on YouTube. His name is Blueface, and people have said that he sounds offbeat. But that fool has millions of dollars. So if I sound offbeat, then let me sound offbeat and let me make my millions. Because I know it doesn't. I used to beat to make my music too. So it's just not their thing. There's an audience. I told him there's an audience for everybody. Like he kept trying to tell me that I had to do it a certain way because this is the way that people wanted it and this is how I'm gonna get money. And I told him, well, my thing is not just about money. It's the music is about making me happy. It's not about making people happy. Making me happy. And then people, if they like the art, they'll gravitate towards it because they feel like I'm feeling during the time I'm making my music. Happy, creative, all those things. The thing about music is you gotta have fun when you're making it. Otherwise, people can tell that you're not really having fun. It's just whatever. And of course, you need talent and skill, and
all these other things, ingredients, right? But overall, it's art. Like I'm not a commercial artist. Commercial is not even artists. It's just people that musicians. They just have a job and they do the music. I'm an artist. I actually make music out of my heart. So there's like a difference, you know? And people can say, or he can say what he wants to say, but at the end of the day, I believe in the music, and I'm thankful that you guys do too. All of you out there who believe in my music, who listen to it, come out to my shows. I appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are the best. And thank you so much for tuning in to TC the G Radio. What are your thoughts on this topic of conversation? Unsolicited advice. Comment, like, share, and remember to tune in and show some love every Thursday at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, connect with me on social media to get more of me and my musical content. I will leave all of my social media and contact info in the video's description. Again, thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in and for allowing me to share this time with you. Take care. Saludos.